Okay, this morning we're going to make a simple little project. It's a lucky penny keychain, and not a complicated project at all. Even a beginner on the scroll saw can cut one of these out. What you're going to need is 1/4-inch birch plywood. Now this is a scrap piece of wood. It's a good project to make. Get rid of some of your scrap, I suppose. It's approximately, let's measure it out. About 3 1/4 inches long and about 2 inches wide. Okay, and we're going to cut out this little placard here on the board. That's going to be the base for our keychain. Now, this makes a nice little gift if you want to give somebody a simple little gift for their birthday or some other special occasion, because we're going to include on this little keychain a penny. What you'll want to do is find a penny from the year that person was born, and you can take a little bit of steel wool to it if you want to shine it up a little bit, but you can just drop it in the way it is too. What we're going to do is we're going to cut or an inset hole here using a Forstner bit, a 3/4 inch Forstner bit, which is perfect size for that. We're going to drop it down as we drill it in, only the depth of the penny itself. We don't want to go right through the thing. And we're going to put our penny down. Now we're going to mount it center-wise on this also. You could put it in other positions if you want. If you want to put a sticker on along with it or something like that. But I'm going to just set it up in the center of the piece of wood once we got it cut out. The keychain, as far as being a keychain goes, you can pick these things up on Amazon.com. It's a little ball chain. It's got a little clip on it. Put your key on it. Or you can just carry it as a lucky piece if they wanted to do that too. Okay? Since I want this to be on center here, what we ought to do is first of all find the center of this little piece. And we'll do that in a very simple manner. Just take a ruler and go from corner to corner. This isn't going to be perfect, but it's going to be close enough on either side to find the center of our little placard here. Okay, so we're going to drill, when we drill this, we're going to drill this right on center. And we're going to do that probably before we cut it out. It'll make it a little easier. And then we'll cut out the actual outline of the pattern. As you can see, it's a very simple project. A little bit of sanding. You could paint it if you want to. You could coat it with clear spray, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Lots of things you could do. You could even change the shape of this if you want. But we're going to make this as easy as possible for now. So the first thing we want to do is mount this on the little blank here, and then we can cut it out. So take our painter's tape, as I always do, if you've been following my videos here, this right along the middle. This is big enough so that we don't only need one piece of tape. Very rarely does that ever happen. Okay, and we'll cut out our pattern. Okay, take that and move it out of the way. By the way, if you want this pattern, it isn't a very complicated one, but if you do want this, it is available down below on the screen. Take a look down there, and you can download it from my website. It's completely free, of course, and you can set up your own little keychain to cut out. Okay, So what we want to do is put some glue on the back of this. I use a glue stick. Again, if you've been following my videos, you know that that's my standard item that I use to glue these down. So I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. Okay, we've got some sticky glue stick glue on the back of this now. Just mount this on the board. Get it ready for drilling out. You're also going to need probably a 1/4 inch drill bit too to drill out the hole at the top for the little chain to go through. But that's pretty easy to do, nothing complicated. Again, you can set it up on center if you want, or you can just simply go with what I've got there. Alright, so what we're going to do now is drill a little entry hole here so we can cut around the outside of this at the scroll saw. So I'll see you over there and we'll get to work on this. Okay, we're over here at the scroll saw now. And I've drilled a little entry hole here so we can do our cutting. I was going to drill out the spot for the penny first, but I think I'll do that after. Doesn't really make any difference because it's a small piece anyways. Now the cutting is relatively easy here. This is great for beginners. Good practice for you. And you can even stack cut these if you plan on giving out several of them as birthday gifts. We're using a number 3 reverse tooth blade on this. Don't need anything heavy duty for this. And it's really a very simple cut. Just take your time and work your way around the lines. Here we go. Okay, cut has been done. Have a little bit of chatter there, probably because I was trying to keep my hand out of the way here. Sometimes I was just doing this with one hand. Wasn't showing off there, just trying to keep my hand out of the way so you can see what was going on here. You can discard this, it's useless right now. And we have our little lucky charm here cut out. Now we're going to go to the drill press and we're going to drill out the slot for the penny, and we'll also drill out probably a 1/4 inch hole at the top for the keychain. Okay, we're over at the drill press now, and what we're going to do is drill out that centerpiece for the penny. You don't want to go all the way through, so I'm going to use the lock on my drill press to figure out how deep I'm going to go here. I'll just sort of eyeball it here right now, and I figure probably depth of a penny is something like that. It shouldn't be too difficult to figure out. I don't want to go too deep, but I don't want to be too high either. So you want to make sure that it locks at a position where it just drops down into the wood. Okay? So I think we're all set to go. We'll line this up with the center hole here. You have to have pretty good eyesight to do this, which means mine is going to be off. No, got it right on the mark. Alright, good. Okay, so we're all set to go. We can just drill our hole here. You could clamp this down, but this is such a minor little thing, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Let's give it a try. I don't want to hold my hand in your way there, but there we go. Okay, let's get the penny, and it is absolutely perfect. Came out so that it's right level with the top of the slot, and it looks pretty good right in there. Okay, what we're going to do is use some CA glue and glue it down so it will be a permanent fixture in there. All right, we now need to change this over to a 1/4 inch drill. And got one to handle this on their own, but we'll do it anyway since we're here. Probably not going to be exactly out of center, but close enough. Okay, got everything that we need done just the right way, and we can now do a little bit of cleanup on this. What I'm going to do is take it over to the sanding mop that I have, peel off this pattern, and then just sand all around the edges and generally give it a nice smooth finish. Alright, I'm over here at the sanding mop now. As you can see, it's a little worn down, almost ready for a change. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go all around this thing and really give it a nice smooth finish on it. Round over the edges a little bit by pressing it into the sanding mop as well. You could, if you wanted to, go and use your router around the edges to smooth this out. Might end up doing that if it doesn't come out good with the sanding mop. But usually sanding this stuff is pretty easy and comes out pretty good. So here we go. Alright, came out pretty good. Rounded over the edges a little bit by just pressing it into the sanding mop. And I think we're ready to work on the final assembly now. Okay, we're ready for assembly here now, but before I do that, I want to clean up this penny a little bit. It's a rather dull looking penny. Take some steel wool here and just brush it along the top here. Kind of hard to hold it down. It's a little small, but usable. Okay, that looks a lot better, I think. Got a little bit of a shine to it. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there we go. 1970. Let's see, what is this? 1975 was this penny. Okay. All right. Let's back off a bit here. We have our little Lucky Charm blank. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this CA glue. I use this SP10. This is a medium, and you can use just about anything you want, of course, but I find this to be quite effective. So let's put some in there. A little drop or two will do along the inside. We take our penny, face it in the proper direction that we want it. And we're all set. Getting a little overflow here. We can wipe it up. Don't want to stick that to your... Alright, we're going to let this sit here for a few minutes, and it should dry out pretty good, and then we'll finish her up. Okay, we've finished up this little project, and we have a little penny in there with the date on it. As I said, it could make a nice little gift for somebody for a birthday, and make it a new keychain or just something that they'd like to hang around their belt or something along those lines. Well, hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, click the like button down below, and you might even want to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. If you remember, down below too, there is the link to the free pattern for this project. You want to check that out. Thank you for watching.